I'm sure. Don't go shopping!
Hello, Mr. Sugar.
Hi, Mr. Cinnamon.
That your butter is... Hello! Welcome back to CookerManDan. It's been a little while. Sorry about that. Been a little bit busy cooking everything else. Oh boy! Alrighty. Today we're going to make cheesecake. I know! Like, tell me about it. We're going to have two components here. You have a crust and a filling. Now for crust you're going to need graham crackers, sugar, and my favourite, butter! Love butter. So good. It's buttery. And now for the filling you're going to need eggs, vanilla, lemon juice, some sugar, cream cheese. Don't use cheddar cheese. That would be gross. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to combine your graham crackers. There are 2 cups here of graham crackers. In the bowl. That was fun. Sugar. This is approximately exactly 2 tablespoons of sugar. Approximately exactly. Alright? Alright. So you give that a little mix in the mixer tin here and you sing a little song. Mixy McMixer tin! Right. And then what you do is you get your butter and you drink a little bit of it because it's got to be liquefied. Alright, don't just put a big clump of butter and a little butter in there. It does not go away. So you got to get a little bit of butter and you melt the butter. Alright, like in your microwave, on your stove, in your armpit, whatever works. Half a cup of butter. And then you just give it a little mix-a-rooney here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but what you're looking for is kind of that consistency. Kind of like wet sand. That's what you're looking for. Then you get your springform pan right here. This is a 9-inch springform pan. If you don't have a springform pan and you plan on making cheesecake more than once, I'd recommend going and getting one. It makes it a lot easier, it makes presentation a lot nicer. It's not 100% necessary per se, but it makes it a lot better. So then what you do is dump it right in there, make sure you get it all out. Very good. Then you spread it along the bottom. Try to get it pretty even, alright? You don't want like a big blumping hill at the side. Be like, hey look, Mount Everest at the side. What you go ahead and do is you pack it down, alright? Pretend it's like brown sugar and you're like, oh, I'm gonna pack you down. Mama's gonna pack you down. Mama's gonna pack you down. Alright? Approximately be, an inch thick or so, half an inch thick, probably more half an inch thick, an inch. Holy crap, that's a crust and a half, Batman. Alright, but before I put this in here, I greased it, alright? It's probably a good idea to grease it, especially the sides, because once the cheesecake is done and set up and everything, the reason it's called a springform, if you're not too familiar with them, there's a little latch right here on the side, and when you pull this latch, this side will loosen and it can come right off. If you don't have a springform pan, you can't do that. Try it with a regular pan, it won't work. There's no latch, okay? So make sure the latch is nice and tight and the bottom is in nice and securely in the proper way before you use it, or you're going to have a problem. Alright, so now what you do is you go ahead and you get this nicely baked off. You put this in the oven at about 325 degrees Fahrenheit, which if I do the math in my head is approximately 160 degrees Celsius. Now, while that's in the oven baking off for 5 minutes, that'll give you pretty much exactly the amount of time you need to get the filling ready. What you do is you get your cheese, cream cheese. Now this is 3 packages, alright, which is 750 grams if you don't have packages. On a little bit. Don't put on full blast, alright? The cheese seems to be flying all over the blind place. Alright, just a little bit of a mix, alright? We're not like in a hula hoop contest here. Alright, we'll do now add the sugar in here. Now this sugar is white sugar, about 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. So we'll just turn that on lightly, and in she goes. Now we're just going to turn it up a little bit. Now a really important tip for making this is as you do the mixing, up the side of the bowl the cheese will come. What you need to do is to get a scraper and scrape it back down, alright? So that it can get incorporated better. If it just sits at the side, it's just like and it doesn't really get mixed, it just gets slopped. And that's not really good. No one likes to get slopped. Now, when it comes to putting eggs in, I'm going to highly recommend you take them out of the shell. Put on low again. You give the egg a little cracky McCrackertons. Now we want to put in a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. You can put less or none. It's up to you. I just like it, so I'm going to put it in there. Right in it goes. Now you can sing a little song about it if you want. I don't know any lemon songs. And then you've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now it's got to be about 5 minutes now. You get your filling here. Now you should fill your bowl approximately 3/4 of the way up. You want about 1 inch or so top. You don't want to fill it right to the top. If that's the case, what you've done is either made too much filling, or made your crust too thick, or your pan is too small. Alright, so you do need some space along the top for the expansion, because it's going to grow a little bit for you. Alright, now some tips that you can use for this. That cream cheese that you use, you're going to want to let it sit out for a couple, maybe an hour or so, for it to get soft. You don't want to put hard cream cheese in here and try to mix it. Well, try it one time and you'll find why you're not supposed to. It will just kind of go like this. And it won't go mixity, mix, 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 mix. Alright? And you want to make sure that happens. You want it to mix right. Another little tip. Make sure that you are scraping it down. That will make your cheesecake smoother. And the reason for that is because, like I said, it mixes everything in and it incorporates it. You're not leaving chunks at the side, they're not getting mixed in very well, alright? Now, one thing you also need to remember is when you cook it, the middle part, you'll see when I bring it out, will still be a little bit wobbly. Alright, now that's normal, that's okay. Also, you're going to want to let your cheesecake completely cool. And then put it in the fridge for maybe 1 hour to 6 hours overnight, whatever time frame you've got, but you've got to let it get completely cool so it can set properly. If it doesn't set properly when you cut it, it just will flop around a little bit and it won't sit nicely and taste as deliciously delectable as you would like it to. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that and I'll come right back. I'm just going to pop this bad boy in the oven here. I'll be right back with some more tips on CookerManDan. Alright, now I've got it in the oven, so what you want to do is you're going to want to make sure you put that bad boy in the oven at about 325 degrees. Alright, you're going to cook that for about 45 to 50 minutes. Stay tuned, and once that cheesecake's done, I'll be back in about 45 minutes. Hello, welcome back to CookerManDan. The cheesecake is cooked and out of the oven. It's now cooled down and it's ready to take it out of the pan. Alright, so what we're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take it out of the pan, and then we will put our topping on top of it. So, to begin, what we will do is we'll get just a knife, just real quickly, go around the edge, alright? Now I know we've sprayed the pan, but you don't want it to stick, and this just helps it to make sure it's pulled away nicely. You simply pop the latch, and you start to pray. And the reason you're praying is you want to make sure it releases and doesn't just pull your cake into two pieces, because that will bloody suck. Alright, now for us, we've got a nice release. Now you simply pull this off, see how it releases? You get a nice edge there. So that's what the spring form does. Now we're just going to get my made from scratch strawberry rhubarb topping, and we're just going to put that on top here. So there we go, folks. A nice strawberry rhubarb cheesecake. Thank you for tuning in to CookerManDan, and I'll see you again next time.